Welcome back to Democracy 3 with CivilOnion, OnionGrave64, Daniel. They all work. Hi. I'm not Billy Bob though. Anywho, back to Democracy 3. And we have an issue. We have two members of our cabinet, Philip Mitchell and Lisa Kelly, that hate us, and if they leave the cabinet just before the elections, I think I might actually lose the election. And that would cut this series pretty short. I don't know what, maybe 8 videos. Anyway, I've tried to make my liberal and parent people happier. And now we have to try and work out... I don't think I can get my ethnic minorities any happier. I honestly do not think we can make them any happier. So we have to try and make our capitalists happy quickly. And I think the way to go with corporation tax, the problem is that if I lower it too much, the amount of income I lose is pathetic. Well, it's huge, which makes it pathetic, I should say. And it actually doesn't make them that much more happy. It's all about percentages here. See, I'd love to just get rid of sales tax, but I can't do that because I would just go bust. And as you can tell, that's probably the best thing. We're going to have to do that, I think, because that will make everybody generally a bit happier. Capitalists, what might they like? Not consumer rights, that's for sure. That would make the wealthy happy, but not necessarily the capitalists. That makes self-employed people happy. That's not a bad idea. It does mean we get less socialists, but we're getting so many socialists, I think, on balance, that it's actually not too bad. Oh, actually not that many. I bet that balances out pretty well, which is perfect. I don't want everybody to be a socialist. I really don't. Because they can actually be really, really frustrating. Yes, they like being taxed, but they don't like progress, generally speaking, in this game. The minimum wage... Oh, goodness gracious me. If I introduce a minimum wage, the capitalists are going to hate me. And if I say no, the trade unionists are going to hate me. Oh, I'm going to have to introduce a law. I'm sorry, that's just a disaster. Could they have given me a worse thing to debate? Next turn. Oh, great. Highway collapses. So basically anyone that drives hates me. But our credit's gone up, so capitalists like me. We're getting 60% of the vote at the moment, which is interesting. We are just about making it. The problem I have is that if we look at the two political parties here, opposition, they just happen to be called the Jehovah Party, have way more people in it than us. And they have far more activists as well. Albeit, not by a huge amount. It means if the polls are close, we will lose. Basically. I need to quickly check. Who are our majority audience? This is not the right chart. I could be looking there for a while and not find what I'm looking for. Although, actually, no, that was... Yeah, this is the chart I want. We do have a lot of complacency with the retired, which is a problem. And we have a bit of cynicism with motorists, but that's about it. Complacency is a bigger issue. Patriots are a bit complacent, but actually that's not too bad. It's 17.6% complacency is horrible. Anyway, socialists are a huge amount of, and there are, oh my word, there's a huge amount of liberals as well. They're the people I'm going to want to have to. They're the people I'm going to have to impress. Basically, I'm going to have to say screw it to religious people, which is dangerous in this game because they tend to attack you. But in the long run, I'm going to have to focus on this. Where are we now? Both systems are taught. Our technological advantage will improve, actually, if we do this. I still want to have some creationism taught, because if you do it all the way, they hate you. So that's probably the way to go. because I'm giving about 50% bonus. And it gives you more liberal people and less religious people, which means you have less people that hate you. Next turn, lots of very quick talking. The elections have come. I reckon it's going to be really close. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, wow. We're actually kicking ass. Although, look how many non-voters we have. Wow, we win. But when nearly 50% of the population didn't bother to vote... Actually, I think the political apathy for the USA in this game is 56% by default. So we actually got more people voting than we expected. But both player, me, and the opponent's turnout was 51%. So when it comes to direct comparison, we were about twice as popular as our opponent. We can break it down, not by doing a MC Hammer, but sorry, that's terrible. But in our breakdown, we can see that the green is the people that vote for us, the red is the one that voted for the opponent, and the grey, which is most of it, is the one that people didn't vote for at all. So for example, if we look at the retired, the turnout was 54%, which is reasonably high compared to most of them. I think only one or two's got more than that. Yeah, parents and environmentalists have more turnout, and ethnic minorities, but that's it. In the retired, almost all the ones that bothered to turn out voted for us, 88%. Whereas if you compare that to example, let's pick one at random, the motorists who just had that highway accident, only just over a third of them that voted for us. It's just their turnout was appalling. The self-employed are actually the worst for the turnout, which isn't that rare. Liberals were pretty bad for turnout as well. Not that I'm complaining, because they didn't really like me. And if we look at our general changes, health is better, education's better, crime is better, violent crime is better, people have got more poverty and have less jobs to go for, and rich people haven't done very well, but generally we're doing quite well. Unfortunately though, the black power group is still have security effectiveness is now poor. I don't know if that's better or worse than ineffective. Internet tracking, oh dear. If you ban it, liberals like you. If you allow it, capitalists like you. I'm going to allow the tracking. I don't know if it'll affect internet crime or not. I'm hoping it will, for a good way. Crime's actually really low, because I was paranoid about the ethnic minorities killing me. Now we're in our second term now, so I've got 4 more years until another vote, or until I get killed, you know, either or. We have a huge surplus. Presumably the GDP isn't bombing as hard anymore. That's not the graph I wanted. The global economy is doing a bit better. Our relative GDP is reasonable, but not setting the world on fire. Okay. Actually, one thing I should have checked. Our interest on debt is 31 million a turn, and that's one of our biggest expenses. So that's why we want to get our credit rating up. Albeit I might spend a bit of that surplus to make other people less angry at me. Where do we want to go? Because internet crime is dropping, and it appears to be dropping reasonably, just consistently. Drug addiction, though, is still fighting us. Despite the fact that our crime unit is doing all it really can. Drug addiction is still a problem, and it's really because our state health service is pathetic. Because this is the USA. They, at the moment, will fund major operations, but nothing else. So I'm thinking about pumping this up a bit. Maybe to about 200 million. That's close enough. Serious illness only. Now, the private healthcare goes down the toilet, but drug addiction drops, unemployment actually drops, but the capitalists don't like it. And the wealthy obviously don't like it because they have to pay for it. The retired like it, the poor, I don't know. State employees like it. I really am more interested. Oh wow, productivity dropped off a cliff. I'm more interested in trying to get... Actually, no. I'm just thinking about it. This might be the time to get rid of this person. I'm going to get rid of them now. I'm going to get rid of him as well. Yes, it means everybody else doesn't like me as much to get less low because I've been willing to fire some. But I have to get rid of them now before the vote comes around again. So law and order. We need law and order. Religious capitalist, no. Now that's kind of weird. How can you be an environmentalist and a capitalist? Unless you're like an eco business, because that's going to be really flip-floppy. Actually, that's pretty convenient, because when the economy is good, the environment tends to be bad, and when the economy is bad and capitalists hate it, environmentalists tend to like it. So they might be quite convenient. So I need a minister of the economy as well. I really don't fancy youth capitalist. I'm really not going for that. The economy. Wow, Laurie Hall still absolutely hates me. Wow, another environmentalist capitalist. What's that all about? Capitalist patriot. I'm going to pick her, I think. I'm trying to be equal here. We could have men and women on this board. Yes, there's 7, so we can't have an even number, but, you know, somebody's going to try. So let me quickly check these. Who's the least happy with me? He doesn't like me because he likes the religious. Well, it sucks to be that guy. Farmers he likes, so it might be worth me just making the farmers a bit happy, especially because there's actually going to get more and more farmers. The USA's natural geography means you get more farmers. So that's something to point out. I think, for example, if you are France, you get extra immigration because you're in a good spot. I think the UK does as well. Anyway, what we need to do is try and get them a bit happier. Unfortunately, things that make farmers happy tend to cause health problems. So what we're going to do quickly first is implement this. There's no problem with this. Everything about that is good, apart from the fact it costs money. But the reason I've done that is because I will need the health bonus in order to take the hit from whatever it is that I use to improve farmers' relationships. I'm just not sure how I'm going to go about it. Because I could give them a regular agriculture subsidy, but that is notoriously expensive. That's a bit less expensive. Capitalists don't like it very much. If you put it on non, capitalists still don't like it, but nobody earns any more money. I might just leave it on the minimum because it costs less money. Farmers will still like me, and health does go up. And I don't really want to give them more money, really, in huge amounts. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean I'm going to get more farmers, which is not what I want. I don't want farmers. I want environmentalists. I'm not saying you can't be. Oh, it might not be the ethnic minorities that get us after. It might be the liberals. Well, at least that's sorted. We're up to a credit rating, hey, that's pretty good. And we don't have alcohol abuse anymore. Oh, wow, the Freedom League have a lot of people. Yeah, I might want to deal with that before they kill me. Okay, what can I do to get them happy with me all of a sudden? I don't know why they hate me so much. What have I done that just... Oh, Lisa Kelly was fired. Yeah, I'm guessing she was a sympathiser. Okay, well, we'll deal with this. Unfortunately, we have to do it in such a way that the religious won't just, like, destroy me. Liberals. What do liberals like? They like freedom and not being wiretapped, for example. What can I do? They're not environmentalists, they like freedom. I could get rid of police drones. That would be nice for them. Liberals like prisons, which is interesting. That's not a bad idea. The only problem is it doesn't really make them that much happier. Oh no, it actually makes them quite a lot happier, in fact. Okay, we'll do that. Prisons. Oh my word, our surplus is huge. Okay, I can really work with this. Liberals do not like gated communities, but the Conservatives absolutely love them. They also don't like the death penalty, but I can't really get rid of that either. Oh, I don't want to do that. Liberals really like it, but it just causes you health problems all about. Prisoner tagging is similar to drones in terms of expenditure. I really don't want to deal with... I don't want to knock that down. Liberals love community policing, that is for sure. And I can't actually afford to increase this, but if you did that, drug addiction, the drug addiction fix would disappear immediately. No, I don't think we're going to do that. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to think about it and do it next time. So if you like the video, subscribe, comment, you know, the drill. See you all next time. Hopefully we won't get killed.